So yes, good evening. Yes, it's good evening. Where is the thing? So yeah, good evening. I'm sorry the other day I just overslept. I think it's because the night before I couldn't sleep, so I overslept. I couldn't start the program. Now, tonight I just want us to look at this issue of the burial of Edgar Chagwa Lungu. This is what I want to look at. Of course, there are people that are saying, oh, stop talking about this. Oh, we are tired about this and whatever. You are right. You are right to feel like, I mean, why are we still talking about this? You know? And this is the more reason why some of us are saying, can we put Edgar Lungu to rest? Can we put Edgar Lungu to rest? Because, I mean, it is getting out of hand. It's getting too long. It's getting too long. I mean, Edgar Lungu now is almost getting to 1 month since he died. 1 month since he died. And, you know, we are still here. He has not been buried. I mean, when a person dies, surely, that's why they say rest in peace, rest in peace. It's like a person has to rest. When a person dies, they don't want to be kept in a morgue for a long time. I mean, what's going on? What's going on? Why is Edgar Lungu still in the morgue? Why is Edgar Lungu being frozen? Why? Why is Edgar Lungu? I mean, he's dead. Edgar Lungu is dead. And I know some people are doubting to say, no, is he dead? Or no, he's gone. He's gone. But why are we still, you know, grappling with the body of Edgar Chagwa Lungu? Almost 1 month after his death. Honestly, almost 1 month after his death. And, you know, people might be wondering, why is Trufatari talking about this? Me, I'm simply saying, can the man be buried so that he can rest? You know, so that he can rest. Some of you are even saying, no, you are betraying Edgar Lungu. Among all those people who are talking, Makebi Zulu, the so-called family, I can assure you that the person that is speaking for Edgar Lungu, it's me. Me, I am speaking for Edgar Lungu. Me, I am standing for what is right. In this instance, the family is not right. The family is doing something wrong. And we need to say it as it is, clearly. We need to say things as they are. It is wrong to keep a person for such a long time after his passing away. It is very wrong. It is very wrong. So you can throw whatever shade on some of us, or particularly myself. You can say whatever you are saying about me, but surely the person that is doing the right thing here, it's me. Me, I'm doing the right thing. Me, I am doing the right thing because me, I am calling for Edgar Lungu to be put to rest. That is what I'm calling for. That is what I'm fighting for. So, if there is somebody that is fighting for Edgar Lungu, even in his death, it's me. It's me. The so-called family, they are not fighting for Edgar Lungu. They are fighting for themselves. Makebi Zulu is not fighting for Edgar Lungu. He's fighting for his political career. It is not about Edgar Lungu. No. Edgar Lungu, in his death, he wants to go and rest. Edgar Lungu, if he's talking right now, if he were to rise up and talk, he would tell Makebi Zulu, he would tell the wife, he would tell the children to say, please, let me go and rest. And Edgar Lungu right now is saying, please, let me go and rest. What Makebi Zulu is saying to say, no, Edgar Lungu has refused to go into the grave without telling his story. No. No, Makebi Zulu, no. People who have died, they don't want, you know, to be hovering around and making stories. No. People who have gone, people who have died, they don't want. Those stories are yours, Makebi Zulu. Those stories are not for Edgar Lungu. They're not for Edgar Lungu. Those stories are yours, not Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu wants to rest. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. And I am very sure Edgar Lungu wants to rest in Zambia. Edgar Lungu wants to rest like other former head of state. He was proud to be a former head of state, to be president. He was proud to be president. I am sure Edgar Lungu would want, if he were to speak today, Edgar Lungu would want to say, please, na papa ta leke ninje ndale. Leke ninje ntushe. Leke ninje ntushe. And you know, these things, some of you think that, no, we are being uncouth. Eh? No, you are tormenting the family. No, you are tormenting the widow. Trust me, we haven't said a lot of things. We are holding back. I'm holding back. I'm holding back. I've been holding back some of these things. Because I know how Edgar Lungu used to express himself even about being in politics. I know how Edgar Lungu used to complain about some of these people, including some of the family members. I know. Because, you know, you are forcing us, you are dragging us into that path. Where now we are going to be talking to... You want us to start... We will go there now. We will go there now and start talking. We will unveil what we have been holding back. We will unveil it and we will just start talking. Because you are using Edgar Lungu. You are the ones who are using Edgar Lungu. I'm not using Edgar Lungu. You are the ones who are using Edgar Lungu. No, Edgar Lungu, Edgar Lungu used to help you. Yes. Yes, and I'm fighting for Edgar Lungu right now. I'm fighting for Edgar Lungu right now. I am saying, please, lekeni Edgar Lungu aya tushe. Lekeni Edgar Lungu alale muchivote. It is you people who are using the body of Edgar Lungu. You are using it. You are the bad people, not me. You are the bad people because you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. You are using the body of Edgar Lungu. You people, you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. By PF, you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. The family, you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. Makebi Zulu, you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. You people, imwe, mulibabi mitima. Nimwewo mwabipe mitima. Na mwikatilila chitumbi chakwa Edgar Lungu for your own selfish interest. You want to come back, you want to come back. The issue of coming back, iliriashi, twalishwana, inana wa UPND twalishwana. We know each other. Navaka inde ichilema. We know each other. So the issue of me coming back is not about, no, because of Edgar Lungu, whatever. No. That is not a story that will end on social media. Me talking, me saying this and whatever, and it will be resolved that way. No. That issue will not be resolved by me talking per social media, no. That issue will be resolved, me talking in the background. In the background. But then, I can tell you, I've been telling you so many times, that for me to go back to Zambia, I mean, I must be sure that my freedom is secured. But as long as I am in politics, as long as I am talking, my freedom is not, will never be secure. This is the fact. I am not that stupid to think that because today I agree with Waaka in the Ichilema on this one, then I can go to Zambia and everything will be forgotten. No. And this is where you are missing it. You people miss it. Because you say, no, you change. Eh? Like one of the political leaders said today, at turns and twists. There are no turns and twists. It is about issues. It is about issues. Me, I follow issues. I don't know, Charlie Mishu Pechi. It is so difficult for you Zambians, for not for all of you, not for everyone, but for some of you, it is very difficult to follow issues. Here we are talking about the barrier of Edgar Lungu. That's what we are talking about. The barrier of Edgar Lungu. We are not talking about me being in exile. We are talking about me being in exile. No, now you are supporting Hakainde Hichilema, and yet Hakainde Hichilema is the one who has made you to be in exile. Yeah, but that is a story. That is another story. That is another story. If you want me to talk about why I'm in exile, I will talk about that. And I will not change to tell you to say, I have been politically persecuted. I will not change. I will not change. But by the fact that I've been politically persecuted, then I should now demonize Hakainde Hichilema. When Hakainde Hichilema, on this issue of Edgar Lungu, Hakainde Hichilema has behaved so well. Why do you fail to get issues? Yes, I'm politically persecuted and I'm in exile. Fine. But what about the issue of Edgar Lungu? How has Hakainde Hichilema behaved? Hakainde Hichilema has behaved exceptionally well. When Edgar Lungu died, Hakainde Hichilema sent his minister with a plane, go and repatriate the body and the family. Hakainde Hichilema, that's what he did. We must honor him in dignity. What is wrong in that? What is wrong in that? There is nothing wrong. It is good. What he did is good. So just because I'm in exile, just because I've been politically persecuted, I should not see anything good. I should not commend Hakainde Hichilema for such a good thing that he has done. For this noble action. I should not. I should demonize him. And I should side with people that I know that Makebi Zulu is taking advantage of this body to propel his political career. I know that the family have got their own ulterior motives. Should I side with them? No, these are people that you were eating with. These are people. They are wrong. I was eating with them, yes, but they were wrong. They are wrong. In this instance, they are wrong. They are wrong. What they are doing is wrong. And I cannot side with them. So this nonsense of saying, no, they helped you. No, they did this. When you help me, it is not an insurance policy. And I've been telling you this. By the fact that you help me, it is not an insurance policy that I will overlook whatever wrong things that you may do. No. No. It is not that I'm not considerate. I do consider, I mean, we are human beings. Sometimes people make mistakes and whatever. It is not all the time when you make a mistake and then I'll come to social media. But if what you have done, it is in public, and you want to put up a posture that you are okay and everything, I mean, I must come out. I must come out and state my point. I must come out and state my point. So make no mistake, helping me is not an insurance policy. When it is wrong, I'm telling you, I will speak. I will speak. And where we are coming from, I've spoken against almost everyone. I've spoken against Hakainde Hichilema. Hakainde Hichilema, when he was in opposition, he had to go. I mean, how many times have Hakainde Hichilema dragged me to court? How many times? And even today, I can tell you that I've been saying it even here. By the fact that I'm saying, no, let's bury Edgar Lungu in dignity, and Hakainde Hichilema is saying the same thing, it doesn't mean that I've become a praise singer. It doesn't mean that I've become a supporter of Hakainde Hichilema. No, it is about this issue. How, when are you going to get it in your head to separate issues? On this particular issue, Edgar Lungu, what I'm saying is what Hakainde Hichilema is saying. So we agree. But when we are going to talk about electricity, we will speak differently. We will speak differently. And you will get confused. Oh no, but now you have changed. Yesterday you were supporting Hakainde Hichilema. Now you have changed. Tulela and the Pamalaiti. If tomorrow we start talking about electricity, My story will be different. If tomorrow we start talking about, the bags of meal, my story will change. I'm not going to agree with that kind of Ichilema. I'm not going to agree with that kind of Ichilema that people should be buying a bag of meal at 400 kwacha. I'm not in agreement. I don't agree with that. But on this one, on the issue of Edgar Lungu, HH is saying, let this man be buried in a dignified manner as a former head of state. And that is what I'm saying. So we agree on this one. Is it very difficult for you to parangashate, to say, oh, okay. On this one, we agree. Different shit issues. No, you want to come back home. You want to come back home. You think HH is, is foolish. Eh? You think HH is foolish. HH knows me very well. HH knows me very well. It is not only today that I've agreed with him. There are a number of times that I've agreed with him. There are a number of times that I've not agreed with him. So only yourselves, you are fooling yourselves. You are not, you can't fool HH. You are fooling yourselves to think that, no, HH is so foolish. Because I've said this, then HH will say, come back, come back. No. Our differences now, HH, like I'm saying, they cannot be sorted out just like that. So anyway, the whole point here is that, and the whole point is that me, I am speaking for Edgar Lungu. I am speaking for Edgar Lungu. These people, Makebi Zulu and the family, they may be the family, but what they are doing is wrong. What they are doing is wrong. It is very simple. It is very simple. Now, what is the family? Me and HH and I'm sure other people are saying, let's bury Edgar Lungu in a dignified manner in Zambia. What is the family saying? The family is saying, no, we cannot, we don't want to come to Zambia. They are putting conditions. Okay? I think it has been generally agreed. We have agreed. Everybody agrees that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. I think everybody agrees with this one, including the family. Including the family. They agree that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. The question is, what is the problem now? The problem is the family is bringing up issues. They are setting conditions. What are those conditions that they are setting up? Number one, they are saying they don't want Hakainde Hichilema anywhere near the body of Edgar Chagwa Lungu. They don't want Hakainde Hichilema to preside over the state funeral. Now, some of you have been saying, yeah, he can delegate and whatever. Look, you have to understand statecraft. I've been mentioning this word, statecraft. You have to understand statecraft. You have to understand the sovereignty of our country. You have to understand the authority of the president. You cannot just suspend the president just like that. No, Edgar Lungu said, no, you cannot be, you shouldn't be part of it. So we are here. We are here. We want to keep what Edgar Lungu said. Edgar Lungu said this, whatever. How many people have died and they have said whatever they have said to say, I want my this and that and that. And those who have remained, they have looked at it to say, well, much as he said this, what is reasonable and what is practical is this. How many times? How many times? Many people, bigger people, I even mentioned the other time, even Pope Francis, he had his wishes. Bakaunda, he had his wishes. Arabi, he had his wishes. But these people are holding on to that. It is not about, we don't want Hakainde Hichilema there. If Hakainde Hichilema presides over the state funeral, what will happen? Will Edgar Lungu start turning in the grave? Will Edgar Lungu rise up? Will Edgar Lungu follow them? Is this about the issue? Is this the issue of Hakainde Hichilema not presiding over a state funeral? Why do you want to suspend the president? Why do you want to suspend the president? And this is not about HH. It is about the presidency. Hakainde Hichilema is a president. He is a president. We may like him, we may not like him, but he is the head of state. And as the head of state, he is supposed to preside over a state function like this one. No, let him delegate. No, why should he delegate? Delegation would only come in when if he's unable, not when he's able, not because Makebi Zulu wants it, not because Esther Lungu wants it. No, no, it is wrong. It is very wrong. Then you are talking about reconciliation. You're talking about reconciliation. Edgar Lungu declared 18th October as a day of national prayer, fasting, and reconciliation. It is a holiday in Zambia. It is 18th October is a holiday in Zambia, which was declared by Edgar Lungu. And specifically, he said this day should be dedicated to a prayer, fasting, and reconciliation. That is part of the legacy. Now, you people, what are you doing by saying, no, Hakainde Hichilema should not be part of it? Hakainde should not be part of it because it didn't treat Edgar Lungu well. So where is the reconciliation? Where is the Christian values? Zambia is a Christian nation. So where are the Christian values? If you are going to say, no, this person, whatever. So the man that declared 18th October as a day for national prayer, fasting, and reconciliation, this man could not forgive his counterpart. He could not forgive Edgar Hakainde Hichilema. And you want that bitterness to go with Edgar Lungu in his grave and remain there. Because what it means is that you want this bitterness to perpetuate for eternity. These people hated each other and it should perpetuate for eternity. That is what Makebi Zulu and the family are saying. Do you want me to agree with that? Do you want me to agree with that? Because I was close to Edgar Lungu. No, because I was close to the family. Do you want me to agree to that bitterness? Eternity bitterness. It shouldn't, no, they shouldn't reconcile. They shouldn't reconcile. It should remain forever. So it should remain forever. Do you want me to agree to that? Do you want me to agree to that? No, I can't. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I believe in forgiveness. I believe in reconciliation. You are busy saying, no, PF was doing this one. PF also did bad things to me. I suffered when Edgar Lungu was in power. I suffered. I was treated badly. It is not only Hakainde Hichilema's government that has treated me bad. No. No. I started suffering during the time of Edgar Lungu. And I suffered and I suffered. Don't forget that. Don't forget me. Don't forget that I suffered. The way they used to come to my house, it is not only in Hakainde Hichilema when my house used to be turned around by the police. No, I was being treated like a big criminal. One time they came, they messed up the house. They threw away everything and whatever. My mother was there, she was crying, and it was just terrible. They bundled me in a vehicle, drove me, quite a big criminal. Thank God, Mutembo Nchito was there to help me. Mutembo Nchito was there. That's why Mutembo Nchito ndamupepa. I am grateful. But of course, even in Mutembo Nchito, if you were to be wrong, don't think that I would not speak out. I would speak out. But Mutembo Nchito helped me, even with this guy at New Diggers. I don't mention your name, you at New Diggers. I don't want to mention your name, whatever. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I was treated badly by PF with Edgar Lungu there. And some slave queen was even bragging around and whatever. I was treated badly, Mwevantu. By PF. So don't play, holier than thou. No, you are here because of Hakainde Hichilema. Even Edgar Lungu, I suffered. I suffered myself. And I suffered for what? What did I do? I spoke against things that caused them to lose elections. The things that I was speaking about caused them to lose elections. But the point I'm trying to say is that don't just say, no, hey, UPND. No. Even Mudiba PF, I suffered. But the way I suffered in PF during Balungu's tenure. But it is Balungu that I reconciled with. It is Balungu that I started even singing for Alebwele Rapo. It is Balungu that I'm even speaking for now. In his death, I'm speaking. Me, I'm not hammering by Edgar Lungu. No, I'm speaking for Edgar Lungu. I want him to rest in peace. So I reconciled with Edgar Lungu. I am trying to tell you to say, I believe in reconciliation. I believe in reconciliation. We reconciled with Balungu. And we became very close people. Two people that were close. We shared very, very personal issues, very confidential issues. We shared. I mean, I would share a lot. But of course, I mean, those are things that we shared in confidence. I would share a lot what I heard when I used to go to his house. But those things I cannot bring out now. The point I'm trying to tell you is that me and Balungu we reconciled and we became that close. So I strongly believe that Balungu, if he reconciled with me, if we reconciled, how can he fail to reconcile with the Hakainde Ichilem? And then in my interaction with Edgar Lungu, I never heard Edgar Lungu express such bitterness that Makebi Zulu is expressing. That bitterness, I can tell you, that bitterness that you are seeing coming out of Makebi Zulu's mouth, it is not coming from Edgar Lungu. That is Makebi Zulu's bitterness. Makebi Zulu has got a cold heart. Katwishi ngefo wa fiala from family yabo katwish. Because Makebi Zulu alikoso mutima. No wonder his brother killed a person in cold blood like that. I think efo wa fe mulupa mumyavo balikose mitima. Because Makebi Zulu, the way he's coming out, the way he's bitter. Imagine if he had a gun and Hakainde Ichilem is in handcuffed. What do you think Makebi Zulu would do? Do you think Makebi Zulu would spare Hakainde Ichilem? Yeah? Because Makebi Zulu is really showing that bitterness. And it makes me no wonder that his brother killed a person in the manner that he did. It makes me no wonder. Because Makebi Zulu alikoso mutima Makebi Zulu. And it's not only this time around. Makebi Zulu, the way apie pieshe mutembonchito. The way apie pieshe mutembonchito. Mutembonchito apilu bukiroko. Naba mwikatawe, naba mukama pamukoshi. Naba mukama pamukoshi. Kili mpaka uyo. Ukuya mtuwala kuna nikane, akisha nikulia. Kumumbwa. They took the entire DPP. Makebi Zulu is hard-hearted. When I'm talking, I mean, some of these people, we need to point at them the way they are. That guy has got a bad heart. That guy has got a black heart. When they said Makebi Zulu should be president, I refused. Because I can see through the handsome and the nice talk. I can see through the heart of Makebi Zulu. He's smart. He's dressed up like a lawyer, whatever. But umutima wako Makebi Zulu, Wubi. And it is a shame that he's expressing this when his brother is going through a trial of murder, where a person was gruesomely murdered, and he's showing this bad heart. Shouldn't I conclude that I think family yawabadi kosemitima? Shouldn't I conclude? Because really, for let's behave Makebi Zulu, I'm imagining hatred ya kwete pali HH. Ngana kwate mfuti Makebi Zulu. Bushe kutamuleka HH. Kutamuleka HH. No. Let's be real. Let's be real. Makebi Zulu is really bitter. He's a bitter guy. He has got a problem. And it's not only HH whom he has shown such hatred. He showed hatred in the first time I saw Makebi Zulu being, being so venomous. It is Pari Mutembonchito. The way they treated Mutembonchito and them ever. But what did Mutembonchito do The way they treated him like a criminal. What did he do? Makebi Zulu, what did Mtembo Nchito do for you to treat him the way you did? Eh? What did he do? What did he do? But you were adamant and you fought. Mpako kumutwala kunanikane. Kumumbwa. In some karulo, whatever. Eko waile mposa Mtembo Nchito. Eh? That's when I saw, I'm like, this guy, you know, at the end of the day, I sided with Mtembo Nchito because I found out that, I mean, the guy didn't do anything wrong. Even up to today, you can go back to that story and look at it. Mtembo Nchito did nothing. And yet Makebi Zulu worked so hard to fix this man as if naipa yomuntu. They were on Mtembo Nchito as if naipa yomuntu. And by the way, who was president? It was Edgar Chagwa Lungu. It was Edgar Chagwa Lungu who was president then. So when you are talking about trying to canonize by Edgar Lungu, I mean, there were terrible things that happened. But look, these things, we are not supposed to be talking about them in his death. No. We are supposed to be speaking something positive. We are talking about all these things because of Makebi Zulu and the family. Makebi Zulu is doing this because he has got his own ego issues. He has got his own ego issues. He likes it, you know, to drag people down the way he did Mtembo Nchito. Anyway, let's look at the family. I mean, I'm sorry on this one. Allow me to go to just speak a little bit direct. In this instance, we are talking about family. The big person here, it's the wife. The next of kin, it's the wife. It's Mamayowa Esther. So trepita mumbali, the family. Tapari family apa iya walungu tapari family abantu bali febanga babiri. Makebi Zulu na Mamayowa Esther. Chapwa, these two. Tasila balemu don safie. She doesn't have a spine. She doesn't even know what she's fighting for. I can assure you, Tasila doesn't even know what she's fighting for. And I know Tasila has got a soft heart. Tasila is not stubborn. I know her personally. She's not stubborn. Tasila is not stubborn. It is these two, Makebi Zulu na Mamayowa Esther. Mamayowa Esther, what is the issue? Mamayowa Esther, don't even think that you, Shani, no, because Hakainde Ichirema did this, no, whatever. No. It's not about that. Mamayowa Esther, baletinokuya ku Zambia. Mamayowa Esther is scared to go to Zambia. If she goes to Zambia, she knows she will not come out. This is, let's just open things bare. Because whatever excuses that you are trying to hold on, they are not making sense. Hakainde Ichirema, no, should not be whatever. Even if Hakainde Ichirema says, okay, I'm not going to be part of the funeral, I don't think Mamayowa Esther will come to Zambia. I can assure you that. No, they agreed, and then the government abrogated. They didn't abrogate anything. It is just that Makebi Zulu na Mamayowa Esther, they realized that waku Zambia. Their agenda is not to bury Edgar Lungu in Zambia. It's not to go to Zambia. That is their agenda. But I don't think, even if the court rules to say, let Edgar Lungu go to Zambia, be buried, the court makes that order. I can assure you, Mamayowa Esther na Makebi Zulu, they will not go. They will not go. But they will not go because of what? They will not go not because, no, Edgar Lungu was not treated well when he was whatever. No, it's not the reason. They know that they were political rivalry. They know that. They know, no, Hakainde Ichirema should not be a statesman. They know. Makebi Zulu is a lawyer. Makebi Zulu, he was part of those people that were advising the government then when they were talking about the wishes of Bakaunda. Makebi Zulu knows that there is a precedence. They were part of the people that were advising the government to say, you know, go and fight in court. That public interest, you know, precedes personal and family issues, interests. They went and argued that case. It is Edgar Lungu and his legal team, which of course, I mean, includes Makebi Zulu himself, which includes Makebi Zulu. They are the ones that argued this case in court. And the court directed to say, yeah, as a family, I mean, this man was a former head of state. He must be buried at Embassy Park. So Makebi Zulu, if he was part of a government and part of the legal team that argued this case, how can Makebi Zulu today claim to say, no, we want Edgar Lungu to be buried privately? No, he cannot. He cannot. So it is not about that. It is not about that. The issue is, if Vamayowa Esther goes into Zambia, I'm sure she's worried. Will she get out? Because after we bury, those court cases will start coming. We already had an adjournment. The next adjournment is in July. July, that case will resume, and other cases will resume. And don't forget, Vamayowa Esther was actually put in my cells. She was incarcerated for some hours. She was put in the cells, in custody. She was put in custody. Vamayowa Esther has tested her cells. She has tested her cells. She knows how bad it is. And when she was put in my cells, Edgar Lungu stayed outside. He stayed vigil outside the cells. He said, I'm not leaving. I can't leave my wife here. Now, Edgar Lungu is gone. I'm sure Esther is thinking to say, Ma, who is going to now defend me? Who is going to defend Esther? Who is going to defend Esther? Because certainly when she goes into Zambia, I don't think she will be able to go out. She knows this. She knows they will get the passport. She knows those cases will continue going on. She knows. So, then what? Then what? Because soon after burying, she will remain a former first lady. And she won't have the influence. She won't have the influence. Because their privileges have been in Edgar Lungu. Now Edgar Lungu is gone. So some of these privileges won't be there. They won't be there. When Esther was in my cells, people were outside chanting, hey, release Esther, hey, release Esther. Why were they doing that? They were doing that because Edgar Lungu was there. Now, without Edgar Lungu, will those crowds come? Will the crowds come? They won't be there. You think Esther doesn't know that? She knows. She knows. She knows. And worse off, by you PND, you have not helped the situation. By you PND, you have not helped the situation. Because whilst, you know, by Esther, maybe we should go, Maybe we should. While people are trying to convince them, you can go, you can go. Meanwhile, by you PND, you are busy. Hey, we will jail them. Hey, whatever. Hey, they want to bring money. Hey, whatever. What you PND, what you have been posting has not helped the situation because you have been scaring them. You have been scaring them. And Makebi Zulu said it also. He said the propaganda is on it. So they have been reading what Koso has been writing. They have been reading what other UPND media have been writing. Whilst people are negotiating that side, I mean, Taboka wanagozi, uchenjeshi wanko kopungwa tasakamana. What do you think? Esther is reading these things. Makepi Zulu is reading these things. Eh? You think they can move? They are scared. They are scared, and you have scared them. When that deal was brokered, when that group was brokered, when he was supposed to come on a Wednesday, I mean, they were willing to come. But when they saw what was happening, what was being written on social media, they saw hostility. They still see hostility. Much as Hakainde Hichilema himself has shown, magnanimity. But the people around, the UPND propaganda, what they have been saying has been scaring to the family. Has been scaring to the family. They are scared. They are scared. So, I mean, you can put up all the excuses that you want. But this is the real issue. They would have no problem, to forget about what Edgar Lungu said. They would have no issue, really. They would have no issue. They would have no issue. Edgar Lungu is gone. Eh? All these things, you are bringing up superstition. No, no, Hakainde Hichilema, whatever. Come on. Those people know how Edgar Lungu died. They know that there was no superstition, there was no foul play. They know. But they are just using these, they are just using these as excuses. They are not the real issue. The real issue that we need to consider here are those cases. Especially Wamayowa Esther. Wamayowa Esther, I mean, the case that she has is a very serious case. That is a very serious case. And Wamayowa Esther is very intelligent, I can assure you. She is very intelligent. Don't see her like that. She is very intelligent. I interacted with that woman. She is intelligent. She is intelligent. She knows. She knows. So, I mean, she's looking at this. What will happen to me? She was even incarcerated. She was even incarcerated. She was put in my cells. So she knows that, anything can happen. Anything can happen. She has also seen how others have been put in my cells. How others have gone to jail. She has seen. So she knows that, I mean, it's possible even me, I can go to jail. Kampiongo's wife. I mean, really, if you think of it, Kampiongo's wife. Why Kampiongo's wife? She's in jail. But Esther is thinking about all these things. A former minister's wife. Animum Jele. They can't even give Nankane a bond. So some of these things, I'm even appealing to you, the government, that look at how you are treating people. Look at how you are treating people. In a way, but government, this is a part that you need to look at. This is the part that you need to look at. The way you treat people, because in this instance, people, I mean, and their fear is justified, looking at how others have been treated, looking at how Esther herself has been treated. You can't blame Esther. Esther was put in mass cells. She was put in the cell. She was in custody. She was in custody. So you can't blame her, for holding on, for holding on to this body. Because she knows when she goes to Zambia, after we bury, she knows there will be no friendship. She knows there will be no friendship. And it is clear from the way UPND propaganda is writing. The only person that has been so magnanimous, it is Hakainde Hichilema. But then again, Hakainde Hichilema, you know Hakainde Hichilema. You can't expect that, no, because Hakainde Hichilema has been magnanimous, he will say, hey, let go of Esther. No. Even you are saying, no, Tari, you are doing this because you want Hakainde Hichilema. It's you who are thinking like that. It's you who are thinking like that. Me, I know I'm here. I'm here. Thank God I have, the protection. Thank God I have the protection. But if you come back. I'll come back when God allows me. I'll come back when God will allow. But really, even me, you think I will come back to Zambia? You think I'll just come back to Zambia? No, I can't. I can't, because I know I can be supporting, I can do whatever. I know that Hakainde Hichilema operates differently. So now Esther na Shiva. So, way forward, you might have to drop all this to discussion, whatever, and talk about some of these issues. Talk about some of these issues. Send people to engage with Esther on these cases. Makebi Zulu has not been helpful. Makebi Zulu is also another guy to blame on this. Because when some of us brought out the issue of the cases, Makebi Zulu even came up, no, we are not asking about the cases. The cases are not part of the negotiations. Makebi Zulu, those are the real issues here. Those are the real issues. And if you are a good lawyer, you would have engaged the government on this. Because on the cases of Esther Lungu, really, it is not that Esther Lungu stole. If anything, money was gotten from Esther. Money was gotten from Esther. Esther Lungu did not go and break a house and steal money. Money was stolen from her. Money was stolen from her. She lost money. But Esther is the one that lost money. Unfortunately, the way the case was handled was not handled properly. Truth be told, the case was not handled properly. But this is a case that can be discussed. This is a case that can be discussed. It is not a case that no, by Esther Valiva. No. This is a case that can be discussed. Because the biggest case, really, it is that case Yaranex. The case which made the police to cut the gate. That is the biggest case. And that case can be discussed. It is a pity that Makebi Zulu is enjoying, Makebi Zulu is benefiting by this case going on and is getting the limelight and whatever. But surely, that is what Makebi Zulu should have done. He should have engaged. They were having closed door meetings. Makebi Zulu would have been frank to bring up this and bring it to the state. And I'm really asking the state to consider this case, or to consider the cases, basically. To consider the cases. Can you consider the cases? Bring the issue of the cases under discussion. Don't listen to Makebi Zulu saying, no, bring them. Bring them. If you can guarantee Mayowa Esther freedom. Freedom. If you can guarantee Mayowa Esther freedom in Zambia, I'm telling you, we wouldn't be having this issue. But as it is, as long as you don't guarantee freedom to Mayowa Esther, those people will not come. Even if the court says, no, let the body go, I don't think Mayowa Esther will come. She will remain there. She will remain there. She will remain there. She will remain there. So, much as I'm talking like this, quite nimpena, like I'm mad, but what I'm saying is making a lot of sense, I'm telling you. What I'm talking about here is really what is at the center of this. What I'm talking about is really what is at the center of this. What is at the center of this is the guaranteeing the freedom of, especially Mayowa Esther. The children, not so much. Not so much. Tasila and whatever. Even them. But really they are not the big problem here. The problem is you need to identify who is the starring. And in this movie, the starring is Esther Lungu. The starring is Esther Lungu. Co-starring Makebi Zulu. Co-starring Makebi Zulu. But Makebi Zulu is nothing. Once you convince by Edgar by Esther Lungu, Makebi Zulu is nothing. Makebi Zulu is nothing. And how can you convince by Mayowa Esther? Convince Mayowa Esther that she will have a freedom. She will have a freedom if she comes to Zambia. Because I'm very sure she's thinking, if I go back to Zambia, the moment I go back to Zambia, the cases will start. They will even grab the passport. She knows that the next time she will go to the airport, to say, I want to go to South Africa. She knows they will not allow her. They will not allow her. So that's why she's holding on. If in Alanda Pa, what I've said here is just what it is. And I'm asking government to engage Esther on that. To engage Esther on that. And I'm asking you PND propaganda to drop the nonsense that you are doing. Stop scaring them, because you cannot, you keep, you know, scaring them and talking all sorts of things. I mean, stop that. Stop it. Stop it. And then some people are saying, you know, no, Hakainde Hichilema should apologize. Apologize for what? Hakainde Hichilema has got nothing to apologize. Hakainde Hichilema has got nothing to apologize. Because if you're asking Hakainde Hichilema to apologize, who is going to apologize for Edgar Lungu who is dead? Because Edgar Lungu also did bad things to Hakainde Hichilema. So how is Edgar Lungu going to apologize? That one, you just leave it. Those are not issues. The issue is guarantee Mayowa Esther, guarantee her freedom. You will see that things will change. I'm opening phone lines. I'm opening phone lines already. No, the family is not asking for a state funeral. It is not about the family asking for a state funeral. Edgar Lungu is a former head of state, and as such, according to our constitution, he is supposed to be given a state funeral. Hello? Yeah, I'm quite sure.
Matthews here, Matari.
Yes, Matthews.
Yeah, I've been listening to your program, Matali. You have spoken very well, Matali. You have spoken very well. So that
Hello?
Yeah, so that family irangane pochabe, so that wapange one solution, so that Walungu washikiwe. So this thing of also a European.
Yeah. Hello? 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 Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Tari.
Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank
yes, how are you, Mr. Tari?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, this is Pearson Shikapwasa calling you from Nangoma.
Yes, my brother. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Tari, ifo ningalanga fyakwe wati, gapali chintu, ichi tusevenye sana. Nichi chitika chalo cha Zambia. Mulandu w'abantu wanga babiri. Bali Makebi Zulu na Mayowa Esther. Because natororesha kuru mego tuafu makonso ku intambi. Whoever applied to be a president of this country, he has that certificate of being buried at Embassy Park. That is our property as a citizen of this country, where we bury our former head of state.
Be brief.
Even the president, even the current president, he knows.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Evening, thank you. Let me just go straight to the point. So on the part of government, the government na bena abobare tumamu kusta negotiate. Gushe na bena teshi batonto nkanya the main issue here Milan, because if we ordinary citizens know that the main issue here is Milan bakwatamukot, what more those guys that go to negotiate? Because even them, they need to initiate. What's the point of going to negotiate if you don't know the basis on which you are negotiating?
Wait a minute.
Wait
a minute, my brother. Yes. One of the problems, like I've said it here, one of the problems is that, you know, from the family side, they bale each other, if I could put it that way. You know, where Makebi said, no, Imirandu, it's not part of whatever. But this is why I'm saying, let government come up with something. and just offer it to say, guys, this is what we are offering you. You know, even if they are saying, no, these cases, we are not talking about the cases, but let them just come up with something and, you know, propose it to the family.
Yes, because even us, the people, like, let's say the body is brought into Zambia, we bury. It will not look good on the part of government to start sending those people to court and all that. It will not. They will lose. The government will lose confidence at the end of the day. So the best is, from the word go, let those issues be dealt with outside court. They negotiate and all that. Everything is cleared. Because if they allow this issue, whether wana or wakashibaka kama koti, it will bring another thing, because it will again. So issue ya kwatora kuma koti para abantu is a non-starter. We need to find a way of moving forward. I mean, of course we can say law is law, but use common sense. That's why there is wisdom. You find a better way of resolving those issues. Leave those people, that family alone. Let them live their own lives.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, I want to contribute on this one. Makebi should be investigated on the relationship with Sylvia. Is it Sylvia Katoba? Just to keep you posted. In Zambia, we have a woman called Sylvia Katoba who kept the husband dead up to the bones. So the police should check, maybe they've got a relationship. This case is similar to that case. All these things they are trying to do are not justified. Makebi has got a brother who killed someone. Is he related to that killing? Why is he misbehaving? Why have they hired him to talk for the family? What is the real reason? Thank you.
Well, basically, actually, for me, Makebi Zulu should have recused himself. You know, you can't be in the forefront talking, and your brother, you know, is facing murder. Come on. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? What the hell? Can you get me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Just 2 quick points. Let me give you this example of this.
The line is bad. The line is bad. It's breaking. Hello?
What the hell?
Yes. Yeah, I'm quiet.
Hello? Yes, what the hell?
Yes.
I want to thank you for... My name is John.
Yes, John.
I want to thank you for having the courage to bring out these issues. Bantu uyu muntu Makebi uyu, you can see that he's gotten involved in this matter. Personal. It is so personal. He's no longer speaking on behalf of the family. You could see that he's so emotional when he's talking about this issue.
He has got hatred for HH, big time. Edgar Lungu will be buried, but not during the time of HH. He will be buried in Zambia, but not during the time of whatever. Come on. Is that speaking for the family?
No, definitely not. So, Makebi, even Laz should come into this issue, because, I mean, that is professional misconduct on part of him as a lawyer. Dale Ichindi Kawino as a lawyer.
Please go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So.
Hello. Yes, please. I'm quiet.
I'm quiet. Alabatira ti upangiwe walechi. Ngeshumulandire ba Makebi ngaba request ya man.
Sometimes it was what a man have to do, but a man have to do what I quick.
Sana.
So, I'm keeping a very quick man. Then I didn't get a queen. And I'm better example. Although twice they what at chase so na daddy so. Now I carry no good study these are my passports. Yeah, what when to South Africa. Could is a memory service after a pacoba. The lawyer, because that lawyer is not only educated, but is also wise. Ali took a fast upon that statement to go back. I know my client.
Hey.
What did apply Uxenda my passport. So now, although government na nanga amona bala mate, I think we lawyer muntu wako but na I so bad African but no matter mwamona wa make bikatishi bale ko kupangira na pachitumbi
bale ko kupangira na pachitumbi
na pamarilo because for me I'll tell you that wa make is just an average lawyer. I haven't seen a lawyer who probably is to pay. You know what? No, I think it's not correct. So I think if and truly, if what Baba start used by the state at Milan. Yes, she needs to appear before court. But again, if these are issues that can be resolved outside court through engagements, they also need to have a lawyer who is sober. But looking at the way Makebizuri is behaving, I don't think that will be possible. And when all these things are happening...
Thank you. Please, let's be brief so that I can accommodate many people. Hello?
Hello. What are you doing? A quick one. This situation, you know the way it is, huh? When you join ZAF, you have the node ZAF. There are certain things that you will be part of, which you need to follow. You have joined a system. The way you dress, the way it's not about you t-shirt. You have to wear a uniform. It's the same way with the state. When you become a president, there are certain things that you forgo personally. There are certain things that because you are part of a system. So in a system, even when you retire, even in these generals, even Nama Commander, I think Ngabashita retired, security and stuff like that. So if you want to live life as a private citizen and do things on your own like the family are saying, then don't join, don't be a president. But he was stopped by the security. Why was he stopped? You know? So when you join, when you become a president, you become part of a system which they need to declare to say, okay, he has to be buried in accordance with it. Not if you are to South Africa. If you are burying somebody to South Africa, PF was built on a pro-poor number. You know?
Thank you,
so
my
these
brother.
are some of the things the family need to think about.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello, Batman.
Yes.
Ndande, ndio mfapanya balilanda.
Nyuko kwine mudi. Landeni.
So I can contribute. Okay. Munshani.
Bueno fe.
Therefore, quick Sumuland that the government that state proper cases yaba Esther Lungu. Bushaba government eva tolewa Esther Lungu police nango kukoti nango nibalu kwa lwabo. I was thinking that you appeal nimwe mufule mwayalanda na bariaba nisi baba Esther Lungu aba tolewa Esther Lungu kukoti nango ku police kwa batwatete kwa mashajes kudi ba anti labo because in my own opinion the government Esther nakati Milan tukuli ba Esther pili kwa batwale ku court by government. It is our own relative who took her to court. Number by government, mwala bengisha musanya trusted drop ama cases yaba Esther Lungu because tabali ishiberi ashi tabali ko. So imwe chitenya pio kuli nisi wabo uyo bale jina na weti andalama aba batwele ku police. Ebo baye basite drop ama charges ngomefa kuti yabe dropped because bengisha mu government teba government ba imsheri ashi nawe.
So umfani mkwai mwalanda fe wino mwalanda fe wino but ineli ashiri na didi shiba wino sana na didi shiba wino sana so if you mwalanda fishing koko batyo complainant ekwadi but lekeni miebo kulanda mufu machumi government is involved mwalishiba imwana inenga twakwato mulandu government ngachakwa chilefwaya ilefwaya ilikishaine bala tunka imwe bala mitunka na milandu shala kosa mwamona ne milandu shala kosa so apanderanda teko bati yes nimbe showa complainant ba complainant balia bali batunka mecho mwamwene no buteko bwaima bakapokola baima kuya mkuteta geti mwalimu ne ifi achitike pala panganda kwali kafwa so family government kuti yachita negotiate kuti yalanda kona wali abantu ko bati awe tien tuchitefi
vatayari abani balupwa abene balishwe tsobaikala
nawe imwete balo efo ndemye bati umfweni ine imweta muishibe milando foshile nini njishiba echo ndemye berati apa government tetiranda tiyo that we are not involved. They are involved. I'm telling you, they are involved and they can help this situation.
No, by mama leto nkanyati ba government balilishire bya shipausi abatunto nisi wabati
balilishira
so mulenje bakuniti uyonga chikiro drop yake
you are even saying a nisi. You are even saying a nisi. It's not a nisi. Nisi is charged in our Esther. 10 nisi wa watu wala kukocha. Ni banganga wakwa nisi. So mwamona, already you don't know. Me, I know. Bye. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Kaj, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay. All right. Okay, let me just contribute on the issue of the government dropping the cases and so on. First of all, people should understand, especially those who are watching from afar, that if there is any stubborn person, it's my Esther Lungu. That case, Annex, shouldn't have even gone to the police or maybe to court. The complainant tried other avenues so that they can negotiate and then deal with the issue privately. Esther Lungu became so stubborn to the point where even when the complainant went to the police, I remember the day when she went to complain at Central Police. I was there. The police said, okay, we are giving you 3 days. Go and negotiate with Esther. She's a prominent person, so they can give you your car and all that stuff. She completely refused until when now she's in court. The government now have got no hand. There is a complaint. The complainant is the government. There is a complainant who is there, who was ready to negotiate, who was ready to discuss things outside court, but she refused. That woman is not as humble as you think she is. That woman is very stubborn. And people will be very surprised. And that's why I'm not surprised to say all these things going to this length. The second person who I can blame is that Wandara Arik Banda is a spiritual parent to that family. He is also a catalyst to this problem. He's also a problem as well. The same bishop, Archbishop Arik Banda. He's also a biggest problem. He is the main catalyst, if you don't know. Makebe is just a lawyer, just offer legal advice, but spiritually and moral advice comes from him as a spiritual parent, and he's not doing his job very well. Because he has got that beef in HH, and then he's trying now to get back to him using the family and so on. At the end of the day, it's the family that will lose, the family that will suffer, and they will suffer if they don't go back to their senses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Tayari. How are you?
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Tayari, I'm here for the advice as your brother. Yes, but Tayari moneni. Hey, kuti twachita argue politically. But Tayari mwalishi bati mfaira kalipa.
That's true. Mfaira kalipa.
Mfaira kalipa ba Tayari. Ba Tayari ba Esther Lungu baline chitumbi mu nganda.
Abalenga ni bani.
Eka mubikire ba Esther.
Abalengo kwati abekete chitumbi ni bani. Abekete chitumbi ni bani.
Batayali umfweni. Batayali umfweni before tamulanda keni ndande ero mulande.
Okay. Landeni mwandini.
Yeah. Keni ndande. Batayali mfwa ila kalipa. More especially nga bamu bo bafuire nangu ni bawiso bafuire. Nomba batayali mwakoshafe lyonse ba Esther Lungu dekeni ba Esther Lungu bashike ekiriro mukambi okulanda po batayali. Batayali nga nibano ko bafuire batayali am telling you keti umuntu amimina mbyo kulanda fiketi mumfwe bwino mwamfwa teka nyeni batayali.
Okay, so mulanda tinapuisha ero nomba ndefu atulanisha nye imwe naini.
Okay, mfweni batayali fo ndenda tako bali abantu bali grift mwamfwa balina ekiririshi ero mulera ndafe yo abakola bafa balepunda kibalaba bananikane bali bastabone umuntu alina ekirishi lekeni bashika ero mwambe ama issues TikTok tayakapwe namayoika bako lekeni se akulandalanda mwe bantu ekanye keni tushike.
Okay, icho tulelandira chinshi chinshi tulelandira
batayali efinde mye banatwishwa bonse to mulelandira
chinshi tulelandira
nomba teka nyendekeni tushike ero mwambe kula basongo na kimbi
chen tulanshanye bane icho tulelandira chinshi tilengero kwa tulelanda. Hello? Vatalala. Hello? Look, the point is that why are we talking? We want to bury. That's what we want. We want to bury. And we want to bury by Edgar Lungu Zambia. That's what we want. We want Edgar Lungu to rest in peace. Teifo ikete chitumbi chawa Lungu Teifo kanyo kwa watu bashike yo. Niba mayo ba Esther na makebizulu wabo. Teifo we are not stopping the family from burying. We are not stopping. We want them to bury, and we want to bury this person as a former head of state. That is the issue. It is them who are holding on to that body, and that's why we are talking. We are talking so that Bale Keko to shike wino. That is why we are talking. Hello?
Yes, Daddy.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, the thing is you want to bury. You want to bury.
Yes.
If you wanted to bury, this body would have been underground by today.
Okay, so what did we do?
Because the government of Wichilema intervened, send the
Kaidi, how did they intervene?
He sent the Madila to go and prevent them from burying the body.
Bury where?
In South Africa.
So, is that right? Is that right that our former head of state should be buried in South Africa? Is that right?
It doesn't matter.
No, is it right?
That's the family wish. No,
it's okay.
In your own opinion.
Okay, it's a family wish. But
yes,
listen, it's a family wish. But Edgar Lungu was a former head of state. We have a stake as the public. We have a stake. Yes, he belongs to the family, but he was former head of state, and for that we have a stake.
No, you know,
yeah,
you can't. Singular a stake from the all stakes of the former president.
All the former heads of state, they are buried in Zambia. All the former heads of state are buried in Zambia. Why should we bury Edgar Lungu in Zambia, in South Africa?
There is no law that prescribes that every Zambian president should be buried in Zambia.
Yes, there is no law. There is no law.
So what grounds are you basing your argument to say he can't be buried where the family are wishing to bury him?
No, we are not saying he can't be buried. We are not saying we can't be buried.
No.
We are simply saying
why did the government prevented him to be buried?
We
according to the wishes
we want to reason. We want to reason. Ngafyakanika. Government is trying to do everything that they can so that ngafyakanika. Then we will let it be. But at least we would have tried. We will be on record that we tried. Even me, I'm talking here. No, I'm putting myself on record so that in future we will be able to tell you, to say, we told you. Because in future, you, the very people, you will start coming to say, no, Edgar Lungu is buried in South Africa. We cannot keep him in South Africa. We need to bring him in Zambia. We will tell you to say, we told you.
He is only human. So the human being, they have their wishes. If you want to be incriminated or you want to be buried outside the what?
In the meantime, we are expressing our view. This is our view. Hakai Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. It's okay. We will let you bury in South Africa. But tomorrow, don't come back to say, no, now you want to bring Edgar Lungu. We will tell you to say, we told you. Hello? Hello?
Watayari. Watayari. Shani.
Wino febane, Shani.
Wino. Watayari. Mwarisha. Ubuntu rufyanya konse. Azaka ise kuzipata likapa tu uzaka sana po kuma manzi. You being where you are now is because of the court cases that we are having with the current government.
So now, wait a minute. What is the connection? What is the connection? We are talking about burying Edgar Lungu in Zambia. What is the connection with me being here? What is the connection? Mukamba ndimo banzelu wakuchipata. Banzelu wakuchipata. What is the connection? What is the connection?
You want to come back to Zambia. That's why you are.
Okay, I want to come back to Zambia. The point is, what is the connection? We are saying we want Edgar Lungu to be buried in Zambia. What is the connection? Me wanting to come back, me being here. What is the connection?
Why are you being against the wishes of the family?
The wishes of the family, why we are being against? Because that man is a former head of state. And that family that you are talking about, they benefited because we voted for Edgar Lungu as president. They benefited. They have what they have because Edgar Lungu was voted as president. So now, Edgar Lungu is dead, and then you want to say just the wishes of the family. Wishes of the family. When they were enjoying as members of the president, of the family of the president. It is private. It is private. Yeah. Edgar Lungu was former head of state team. Eh? Why is he there? Tienu kona imwe. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, Mr. Tayari.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm okay, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. Am I live to your program?
Yes, you are live and you are very clear. Please go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Tayari. I'm calling from Zambia, Mchinga province. Yes, I've been following your discussion concerning issues surrounding the value and the of our president, Edgar Lungu.
Make your point, my brother. Make your point quickly.
Yes. My view is my view is it not unfair to the Lungu family, as you said, no, our mother is innocent for her not to do what she has done. Okay, put it as in your shoes. Your wife has died, and maybe she was
Listen, you people, you like to say, hey, put it in your shoes, put it in your shoes. I mean, you don't know how I will react. You don't know. Speak for yourself. I would never do this kind of nonsense. Never. Not even my children will do this. They will never. You won't see my children holding on to the body. No, our father. No, our father. They will never do it. So don't speak about me. Speak for yourself. If you can't do it, say, me, I can't do it. Don't say, put yourself in the shoes. No, my children, I can assure you, my children will never come up with this nonsense to hold on to say, no, how can you did this to our father? No, never. Even now, you will never meet my children. And my children say, hey, Daddy, my father. They never do that. Allah. So don't bring it on me. Speak for yourselves.
Mr. Tayari, I'm not accusing the president here. What I'm saying is that is it not fair to, because I think the family was engaged in the first place, but because of other Mingalato that was done, that's not why the family.
Such as what Mingalato was there?
Yes.
Which Mingalato? Which Mingalato was there?
What caused the family to change the decision?
Tell us what caused the family to change the decision. Tell us.
In your preamble, you said you know whatever happened.
You tell us. In Dima Mwakambat, no, because the family changed because of Mingalato. So tell us which Mingalato, which were brought in. Tell us.
Both Makepizulu says the government had turned away from what they agreed.
So what did what is that? What is that government change? Tell us.
No, I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know, but you're supporting, but you don't know. Makebi said no government has changed, but you don't know. What did government change? Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Dad.
Good evening.
You are just speaking for your belly. You are not representing anyone. You're just speaking for your belly.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's your opinion. I'm speaking for my belly. But what do you say about burying our former head of state in South Africa? Is that okay? You who is speaking not from the belly, you who is being objective, speak objectively. According to you, is it okay that our former head of state should be buried in another country? Is it okay? Hello? Baenda. Me, I'm speaking from the bed, but that one who is speaking from objective. Hello?
That's good. That's your opinion.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening, Makmani.
Good evening.
People are arguing about family wish of ECL to be buried in South Africa. We have got a smaller one, but not smaller. When we send our priest to Catholic, and the family, they give that priest to the church. When he died, there will be nothing like the family has wished that our son will be buried at our village, buried somewhere. The Catholic Church takes over the funeral, they bury somewhere where the family will come. They don't even argue. Now, I don't know what you're talking about such simple things. Most special fascination level. If a priest can be buried where it is required by the faith, what about the president? It's as simple as that. That's my contribution.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Ted.
Good evening.
There is an adage that says any society is a reflection of its people. And the society we have today, this is a society which is so lazy that it cannot do its own research
it waits upon other people to tell them whatever that goes around them. It's very unfortunate. I have been following this. I've been following your discussion on this platform. I think from the time our late president died, and when I hear certain comments and so on, I get frustrated. But again, it's very unfortunate that in this society, whoever the divergent view or views from theirs, then it's either you are paid or probably you are trying to blackmail the other party.
Yes.
I think it's very unfortunate. I'm a firm believer, Mr. Tayari, that if today I differ with you, if tomorrow you do what is correct, I should not be consistent in doing wrong things. So what I want to say is that I think for me, of the people that means well for this country, I think Mr. Tayari, you are one of them. I'm not trying to do this so that probably I would wink you, but I'm trying to say this because I think when Mr. Edgar Lungu chose to be president of this country, Mr. Edgar Lungu was not just an average person. This is a person who was informed, he was well educated, and he knew that the moment I took hold of office, then certain rights, family rights, and so on, they will be subdued by the nation of good. And the people that are saying that, no, Mr. Edgar Lungu and his family, they have a right for him to be buried wherever. I think there is a precedent that has already been set in this country. Let's look at the body of Dr. Kaunda. Dr. Kaunda had his own wishes of where he wanted to be buried. And the family, they stood firm to say Dr. Kaunda will not be buried at Embassy Park. But what did the government at the time do? The government went to court.
And that government, was the government of Edgar Lungu.
Of Edgar Lungu. They went to court, and the court ruled that Dr. Kaunda should be buried at the Embassy Park.
Yeah.
So when you are a public figure, there comes a time when national interest takes precedence over any other interest. And this is what is at play. If you ask me.
Thank you, my brother. Let me allow.
I might not even be interested.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's true. Even if Hakainde Hichilema doesn't want, I mean, unfortunately, this is what it has to be. Hello? Hello?
Evening.
Yes.
Evening. How are you?
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll just get straight to the point. Well, I don't know why people tonight are talking like that. It seems they just want to provoke you, but they know the truth is that ECL has to be buried in Zambia, and there's it's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer indeed. So the man needs to come back to Zambia. I mean, his body needs to come. We need to bury him. I've been agreeing with you from day one on this topic. But those that are against, I feel maybe they just want to provoke you or play with you or anything like that. So, and I'm very surprised. We've not even had a peaceful protest in Zambia to say we want our 60th president to be buried in Zambia. People are just quiet about it. Yeah.
Maybe
so that's my contribution.
My brother, what you have said there is very important. Maybe you could start it that people should demand for Edgar Lungu to be brought to Zambia. Because Edgar Lungu cannot just come and overrule the country. No, he's my husband. That's it. No. Come on, that man was president. You are former first lady because of that man was president. No, good point, my brother. Anyway, thanks very much. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
I have a very short contribution. There's a caller that called and said that it's not in the constitution that the former president be buried in Zambia. I just have one comment. It is not in the constitution, but it is in the very same regard that the PF could not bury the former president, Kenneth Kaunda, at the family burial site that he had requested for, that we're going to use. If they couldn't just change the location of the burial site for KK, and that's just something really small because he was he was still in Zambia. What of burying someone outside the country?
Imagine. Yeah, a good point there. A very good point. It was within Zambia, but just to bury him in another burial site.
Yes.
The government went to court.
And they said
within
no.
Zambia.
Yes, they went to court. They even said if the family doesn't want, they shouldn't come and attend. They said that. It's on record.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why is it so hard for them to think in those lines? Because this is our future. This is going to be like in the history books.
Yes.
Our kids are going to look back and say, oh my God, how did we allow this to happen?
Very good point. You have made a very good point. Thank you very much. And just to add on what you have said, actually, you know, our laws in Zambia, part of it is the laws that is made through parliament, but precedences become part of the law. Precedence, meaning,
it's like a tradition.
Yes, if you go to court and there is a pronouncement which is made, that becomes part of the law. So actually, there is a law, and the law is based on the precedence. The judgment was made on Bakaunda. So there is a law. There is a law.
Exactly.
Yeah, there is a law. There is a law.
So emotions aside, things of, oh, this one said this one said that, but what is the moral thing to do? What is the right thing to do for the Zambian people, for the Zambians that voted?
Thank you.
ECL. What is the moral thing? That's the thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good contribution. Thank you. Hello?
Hello, Daddy, Mlibwanji.
Bwina Mlibwanji.
Mugamba na wa uji kuno kuzambi.
Okay.
Yeah, mwanga suggestion yanga, since ingani iri kukoti, so pamene iri kukoti, mwina mwache, mkukamba mwenti kamba, tingarufi anje mkukamba, koma kwa kufunga kukamba after waika maliro, koma chame kifuna, mga mwamini mwezo ofota kuti, is it right kuti iwa ito South Africa? Answer niya kuti iyai, sichili chabuino. So, chiribuino chakuti, waike maliro, wakaika maliro, niya pamene mgambo kambapo, but kuikila kifuna kuti kuikila kuna kusambia.
Manje kairi, ndiye pamene pali vuto hapo, mverani, my brother wanga. Pamene pali vuto, nipakuti, maliro, sibafuna kuti tiike. Ndiye chichamene chikambira. Why? This is why we are talking. Because
wanaimisa uko kukoti kuja, wafuna kuti waikiwe manje, kufunika kunkala pansi, bamverane, bwino.
Manje bali mbikira kaidi, bakana, ba family, septena mumbali yai, ba family bakana. One, mverani wa bosi. Ayai mverani. Ku South African government, inakambat imwe bantu. Mveranani, you go and discuss this case, this matter. And you know, they gave a judgment day patali maningi, in August. Why they gave all this is that so that the family can engage. But pamene wanachoka mukote, Makebi Zulu, anakamba kuti, ife tizaye, we will go on with the court case. Lungu sibafuna kuti Edgar Lungu's body will not touch dust. Mutembo wa Lungu si uzaenda pansi, mpaka, ma stories yonse, mwamene wenzo wavutira kuti ba chechi, mpaka vonse vikakambiwe. Ndiye pamene tizaika. Then anabwero siriza kuti ba Edgar Lungu he will be buried in Zambia. He will be buried in Zambia, but not under the regime of HH. Maona? Vichoka kuli Makebi Zulu, family spokesperson. Ndiye vamene anakamba. So wamene wabwelesa vuto hapa kuti tisabaringe ni bandani. Is it government or family?
Okay. Mwalimu akambira tizo na kufunika kumbera na manje, kufunika kutuma ko wakuru monga machifi, not wa government ya. Watume machifi, waikepo pamozi na wacheche. Wajamaa isonga kane kubali na before 40 rule. But ngati watuma wa government, ndipa yuni pacho kachongo, koma kufunika watume machifi. Kuma areas ku eastern kwa choka machifi ya wili, ku western machifi ya wili, ku northern machifi ya wili, ku southern machifi ya wili. Waikepo na wa, nizengoni kwa cheto of Zambia. Waende kucha, waende wakakambe na wamani. So angalete mtembo wa former president wa TBI. Bazambia ya machifi, wonse muno Mzambia paka mtembo, ungabwile muno mwatu Zambia, but not wa government yaka.
Zikomo makambabu ina maningi, zikomo. Hello? 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 Hey. Hello?
Hello, Tarishani.
Namba muli echo. I think na mwika pala out the phone yenu. Akula ndire ni microphone.
Oh, okay. Okay, ndapale mfika sana.
Ya mfika win up.
Batari, sorry, tuachukua sana, gari wako busy na hii. Yeah, talking to Chichambo, calling from Johannesburg.
Okay, yes, please go ahead, Yohane.
So, ile mdara wa kama president wa Chile, haikisha kofi mtimo, kuliwa family. Because honestly speaking, hii family ngayale kwa yakiyo beba nuru wakakwa kiyo chako kika private. Ngatabasu minishe wa nuru kuimbini na kubaka teka wachalo chanka. Okay? Because when we do our operation, you take oath to be a president of the republic. Nikishiwaka, we mtu wacha. That is what these people should understand. And there is already a case where Edgar Lungu refused to hear the wishes of the Kenneth Kaunda family. And he followed what precedence has been that a former president should be buried at embassy park. That was Edgar Lungu government. So now Edgar Lungu is gone, and then they want this government to listen to the wishes of the family. Yet this is a government that is representing the people, the interests of the Zambian people. And you know, I'm blaming the people because I don't think that family, I don't believe it. She's being manipulated, and it's sad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Please speak up.
Yes, sir. Okay. My contribution, you're still live, right?
Yes.
Yes. My contribution over this one is, I think it's high time that we Zambians, we learn something from what has just happened. This has more for UPND to learn because we are looking at the way the Lungu's family are behaving. It's because of how Edgar Lungu was treated. And it's not a hidden agenda. We know it, how Edgar Lungu was treated. On the other hand is that UPND should stop running government on perceptions. Because they just said, like I heard the president saying, no, I heard Lungu died in the morning, but I kept quiet, I didn't announce.
Why?
It was okay because he wanted clarification from the family. Okay? It was okay. He wanted clarification from the family. But to our surprise is that they went faster in digging the grave before engaging the family.
I thought
and seeing the body. I don't know
my
if
brother,
my
brother, they started digging the grave after they agreed that the body was coming on Wednesday. That's when they started digging the grave.
But look at this, Mr. President. These people were in an issue na PF, were in an issue na Edgar Lungu. You understand? So they were supposed to have it concluded, everything, bankala concluded, bakambisana, na board de abalungu yankala majamwao. That's when they can go ahead in digging the grave.
But they had agreed, my brother.
But now look,
they had agreed na imobantu. Na information.
Hello, Batayadi.
Emkwa.
Hello, Batayadi.
Emkwa.
Before I I just want to clarify two things. The first thing I want to clarify is it wasn't the state that took the Kaunda family to court. It was Kaweche Kaunda who went to court after they differed with Panji. Panji was agreeing with the state. Hello?
Yes.
Tayari the government yabalungu ya court yawe. That's I want to clarify that it was Kaweche. Kaweche was saying that he wants the wish of Kaunda to be honored, to be buried next to Betty.
He went, but he sued government. The respondent was government.
Yes, but see, it wasn't the state that sued. They never got to clarify.
Yes, but the government was the respondent. Program. But the government was the respondent.
No. It was him who sued.
Yes.
It was Kaweche that sued.
Yes, and government was the respondent. The government was the respondent.
So to say that the state sued is untrue, to say Kaweche sued.
Okay.
Yes, then the second thing I wanted to clarify was that in their case, what happened was because Panji was already on the side of the state, so some parts of the family were on the side of Panji together with the state. So before the case could even be concluded in court, the family prevailed on Kaweche. That's how Wakaunda was buried before the case was concluded. So to say there is a precedent in law arising from a judgment in that case is also untrue.
Okay, so
because by the time Waishesta continued case, Nishwakaunda Wajishika Kali, so it was overtaken by events. So that court case was never concluded. That's what I wanted to clarify.
So
then the third and final thing I wanted to clarify, hello?
Yeah, okay.
Is that because Edgar Lungu died from South Africa and he was resident in South Africa for a period of 6 months, his remains are not under the Zambian law. They are under the South African law. And according to the South African law, the remains of a deceased foreigner that dies in South Africa are handed over to the next of kin, never to the government of origin.
Okay, so, Mayo, listen.
So the courts in South Africa can never flout their own law.
Okay, so, Mayo, listen.
So even the issues of alluding to, in Zambia, the public interest takes precedence, because the remains yali under South African law.
Okay, so Mayo, listen.
Okay,
so I'll leave you. Please don't go on the line because I want to follow. What you have presented. So, firstly, you have said it's not the government that sued; it's Kaweche that sued. Okay, so you are right.
Yes,
it's Kaweche that sued. But when you sue, when you sue, and I'm the respondent, it means I am part of that litigation. I am part of that litigation.
Yes, but so
Mayo, naine mungu mfwe, koma chini Natu Sumina is the one that sued, but government. Okay, agreed. It's not government that sued, okay? We have agreed, I agree. Yes. Okay, good. Now, the next point I'm trying to make is that, yes, it's Kaweche who sued, but government was a respondent. Yes. And since government was a respondent, it means government was part of that case. They are not the one that sued, but they were a part of. They were part of.
I'm agreeing totally.
So they were part of the case. And okay, I want so the point is that Namlanda winner, you are right. It is not the Kaweche, it's not the government that sued, it's Kaweche who sued. But since he sued government was part of the case. And government argued.
Because they were sued by Gov't.
And government argued. And their argument was that the public interest goes before the...
The other point I only had 2 points. The first one was that it was Kaweche who sued the state.
Yes.
Second, na case tie up wile.
Case
the family itself prevailed on Kaweche.
No, Mayo.
I ended up burying Bakeke.
Mayo. There is a ruling. Ruling.
They didn't rule. Go back to the case.
They
didn't rule, sir. That is overtaken by events because Keke had been buried already.
Ruling how did the Attorney General put it in court if it wasn't ruled?
That is what is baffling everyone.
No, but they ruled.
Because there is no ruling in that case.
By the
time it was supposed to be ruled upon, Keke was underground.
Yeah, but the ruling is there. The ruling is there. It is there. The ruling is there. Yes, underground, but the case was ruled upon. It was concluded. Then there is the last point that
okay, let's assume I agree. Okay, there's a precedence by court ruling. Right?
Yes.
No, but remember, Amari Menzi Chagwa Lungu, we are under South Africa, not under Zambia.
So, that's the next point. My point is, yes, we agree. Edgar Lungu died in South Africa. Yes, we agree. Edgar Lungu was a resident in South Africa. But all that, we are saying, this person who was in South Africa, who died in South Africa, who was a resident in South Africa, he's our former head of state. Our contention is not about where Edgar Lungu was. Our contention is that Edgar Lungu is the former head of state. Whether he was a resident of another country or whatever, he is our former head of state.
Okay, now for what na tulikonga bwino sana ndio mwachambo kulondolola mwachisala ndo kwebati mwatanda kwa mashiwe ya maya chisala ndo kwebati you are responding to someone you was ndo kwebati because na Edgar Lungu wine ajitire fintu sana kuli which brings me to the next question you kwebati are we therefore confirming that imfa yakwa Lungu yafumine muri vengeance iya kumukanya pia kuchipatala as revenge for if you ajitire
which is not, from my point of view, it is not vengeance. From my point of view,
it wasn't vengeance, what was it?
Lungu, it is natural. Balungu kale batampiro kulwala mpaka baisafu anokufa.
Ukuwala kwa Balungu bonse to adishive. Number point yandimi. Ama doctors baba Lungu bambile mu 2022 ukubeta. Mamfa? But vale bakanya ukuya until Vaisaya very late. Mampo kule my penny alupote. That's why they push Shanati. Why are you repeatedly saying even Lungu did this? Even Lungu did this? Are you confirming that Ukumukani ukuya kuchipatala Lungu was an act of vengeance?
So moneni mayo. If you're Mwalanda wino kobati. Vale mukanya. But imwe mayo Busheta mwaishiwoko wati balungu mpaka na mumfwa yabo. Was his sickness public? Like even ku government did ba Edgar Lungu right to send there ku medical ifine. Did he write? Apart from the last time.
On several times because his doctors were calling for him.
Well,
at one point they told him they don't have money.
From
Then he told them to say, "Kawamfia Shanti, still more Mamkanya." Mamfa tired, so if an for wish by on behalf of other Zambians, Kwebati, Bushachadi Chilandushi.
Yo, now for my nato teller. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Mr. Tan,
yes.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
You are talking to David.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, before Kulanda question, one thing that I want to talk about is like Inform Yafwa. Let's talk about my chiefs. Yafwa, maybe to learn that informations ya certain tribe Yafwa. Then you decide saying because you piene dare umfwana ne informo ifuire. Then you decide kumutwala kumutundumbi acheko twala kumushikira. It doesn't make sense. But pia funshishe for cost shaking. That person needs to be honored in that particular place where the people that he was ruling. Same applies to the issue of the current late president. You can decide it's better we would bury him from the other side. It doesn't make sense. A former politician, but we're able to see that this is wrong, this is right. Just cut them because they're not aligning in the perspective in how you see things and how we are seeing things. As we are supporting, we're able to say this thing is like this. We're not supposed to be arguing with such people.
Thank you. Hello? Yes, please.
Mr. Dad, Musa.
We know from Kwa.
That's a fun done the panel that night. I want to know much, but whatever reason you want to. It is only right to seek a Vakateka Vesu, Muzambia Mutaramua, was stress web constitution ya chalo. Because without constitution, you got to be a former president. And then footage into Chimbi, my party was showing them, but the Pangre statement, what to cover Lungu, August 2026 in at our Chinja president. When I'm more pointing, Shwaka won't where she could have Lungu since once I want to run that no, in South African, no South African. When I'm a point, Shwaka won't air cover validity. By then that time, so I said, if you reason in Tawadi won't I want to observe. Uyamuntu is whether Africa, South Africa, the fact is that in public person. And it ends there, in president to us. It ends there, your family, if you can go a chan, Natawari Fangawari Mukanata, you will go a public person, we mean a president. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello, Matayari, mwacho mabwani.
Buena bwanja.
Bueno, Matayari. I've been following you over the death of Edgar Lungu. And I'm really grateful because you are really telling the nation the truth, Matayari. It's only that some of us, we don't really understand where this whole confusion is coming from.
This confusion is just orchestrated by a single person who is their lawyer, Makebi Zulu. Like you said that Tasira is just a blind follower. And yes, Manjala tayari nifuna nifunsi. Who is the older than the other? Daliso na Tasira Lungu. Mukuru ni ndani.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I think it's Daliso. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's Tasira. I think it's Tasira. Tasira should be the firstborn, I think.
Yes. But now, when it comes like this, Mwamuna amankhala nditu muntu mukuru, especially pama problems like this, they will say, okay, ask that gentleman, no matter how young that person might be, kumuzi sekweti na kulira watayari. Mwamuna ankhala Mwamuna. And the way that there's a young lady who spoke nicely, not that woman who took a lot of time with you, but there's a lady who spoke very nice and soft, voice. Ujamwana alinanzeru watayari. Alinanzeru maningi. Then you find that you ask a gentleman, the government obligated the agreement. You asked that gentleman, he said, I don't know. So a lot of people, they are just blind following this confusion. Sibaziwa, why these things are happening. It's politics.
It's politics.
Even in Nakachinda, to say, okay, where did the government go wrong? Nakachinda won't tell you. He will just bring in politics. Even you are given Urvinda to say, where did the government go wrong? You just start politicking. So now, to cut all this confusion, the government has done a very good move to sue the family so that a South African government is still rule. Once this thing will go in favor of a government, I think Yvonne said it is Asira.
Civilizasira,
I've never seen.
You know what? Why Civilizasira? Yeah. When if for example the government wins, Zambian government wins, va Esther Lungu na Makebi Zulu wao vazakana kubwera, they will refuse.
Okay.
And remember, like this woman said that the South African government has to give it to the family. So as the family, they will refuse to receive that body. They will refuse to get on a plane to come to Zambia with a corpse, and that will create a problem because government ichizankala chovuta kuti vatenge chabe body basi ye family kuja and family without being there. It might be very difficult, but this is what will happen. You will see, even if the South African court rules in favor of Zambian government, they have made it a point that it was a buera. And that's why I'm saying the issue that we should be looking at, Nima cases yaja, because Vaja want to, all these things that we are talking about, it is not about, no, we don't want HH. No, no, it is about Mirandu Zija. Vayo, bakakwera Mzambia. Because soon after burial, the cases will start.
Yes.
So those are the things that we need to look at. Siwazabuela here. Olo HH akambe ati what ile sinza pese kako o HH akambe so ni miuza wajawandi siwazabuela. Siwazabuela.
Imagine today, Paramount Chief Mpezen has spoken about this. We don't talk Nkani Yamariro before burial. We always talk Nkani Yamariro after burial. If this is what Mpezen was talking about today. But now, when you see people positioning themselves, and I wonder, Lungu, if he is really coming from Petauke, where are his uncles for Nakachinda to be spearheading all this? Where are the uncles? Where are the aunties?
Yeah. Huh? No, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
I salute you, Mr. Tayari. Please continue educating us.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Mr. President Tayari, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Mr. Tayari, I've been following.
Yes.
And I think you, my mommy, you are wise. I'm telling you, I've seen something in you.
Because I agree with you, Myron Kakamba. If I say something that you don't like, Muzamba, hey, Tayari, you are useless.
They don't understand me. The PF and the family were hiding that the churches, Edgar Lungu is not sick.
Yeah.
It was in public. The whole country, people had news to say our former president is sick, but these people were saying no, he's not sick. So I don't understand who they tell to say he was sick and then he was not given support. Because themselves, they were refusing to say he was not sick. So who are they blaming when they were hiding the sickness of a person? That's my question. Anyway, we are watching. We wait after until we see the final result. But I don't think it is right to be doing that.
No, Zikomu. Hello? Hello.
Yes, hello. Good evening, Mr. Tayari.
Good evening.
Yes, Mr. President. I think people think the problem is there is politics involved in this general. If you've seen, how can the opposition say on 28th August, immediately we swear in a new president, we are going to bring back the board. That clearly shows that it's more politics. So if I told these people they are out of this union, yes, Mr. President.
No, thank you. No, it's actually true what this gentleman has just said, because there are people who believe that next year Hakainde Hichilema is going out of power, and they really want to use this as a campaign strategy as well. They strongly believe that they can win with this situation. The politics are there. Hello.
Hello, Mr. President. How are you this evening?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Fine. This is Kabulankashi. I'm calling you from Livingston.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes. What is going on here? The politicking from the PF. I think I like the point that the previous caller made. These people, the Patriotic Front and the Atonsi Alliance, whatever, they are on record to have told this nation that the last 6th president, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, was fit. I even remember a press briefing where Mr. Given Lubinda, the PF vice president, he mentioned these words, as I quote. He said, Edgar Chagwa Lungu ali gwa. Meaning,
yeah. I remember that as well.
Exactly. Meaning he is fit. He's very well. These are just propagandas by the UPND government that he is sick.
Yes.
But, and as if that was not enough, Mr. Sean Tembo, issued the threatening statement against the PS Tabokawana. When Tabokawana mentioned and told the nation that former President Edgar Lungu was on chemotherapy in South Africa, he disputed that statement, saying that is false and malicious, and that the former president, Mr. Edgar Lungu, was in good health. Now, there's a contradiction, Mr. President. If they are saying that when Mr. Lungu was ill, government blocked him from accessing medical care in South Africa, how is it that they were saying he was not sick? At the same time, they were claiming when he was sick, government didn't take care of him. It's not making sense intellectually. You see, Mr. President?
Yeah.
So, if anything, the PF and the Tonse Alliance, they owe this country, they owe a citizen an explanation. Why did they conceal the illness of Mr. Edgar Lungu? Why didn't they come out public to tell the citizens, the nation, that Mr. Edgar Lungu was unwell? Probably us as citizens, because we loved our former president, we could have gathered to pray for him. Maybe the situation would have been different. He could have been alive. God would have heard our prayers to save his life. But they concealed. This is a group of people, Mr. President, who concealed the illness of the former president. Tonse Alliance and the PF, they are on the record. The videos are there on YouTube, Facebook, and whatever platform, stating that Mr. Lungu wasn't ill. And now the former president has it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello?
They are there.
Hello?
On YouTube, Facebook.
Hello? Hello? Yes, please.
I'm trying to join your live.
Sorry?
I'm trying to join your live. Are you still live or what?
Yes, you are live right now, so people can hear you.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm just saying my
Speak up so that people can hear you properly.
I'm saying I'm just concerned about this family. I don't really understand the embarrassment that they're causing to the whole country, and it's like the whole world is watching what they're doing, and I think it's not fair for the president and the people that really cared for Mr. Lungu. I should also think I think South Africa needs to come in and just send these people back, because I don't think it's just fair that the head of state should be treated in this manner. This is just so ghetto. It's just showing how PF has always been very violent and very controlling, and that's not a good picture. We don't want such kind of leaders in our country, and I pray that the wife and the daughter should come to their senses and just, hush everything and say, hey, let's go back home and let this man rest.
Yeah. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Ted.
Good evening.
Oh, thank you. No, I just have a single question to ask you. According to your observation, who do you think is causing the delay to bury the former head of state? Is it the state, or the Patriotic Front members, or the Lungu's family, or the family representative to the Lungu's family? Thank you.
So, it is very simple, my brother. The government wants Edgar Lungu to be buried in Zambia as a former head of state. The family are the ones that are putting conditions. They are putting conditions and they are making it difficult. Particularly if we were to bring it down to say, because when you say family, at the end of the day, it is the widow. The widow has more say about this. So, unfortunately, we have got no way but to bring it to Esther to say, she is the person that is holding by Edgar Lungu in that fridge. She's the one that is holding by Edgar Lungu in that fridge. Because if she really wanted, by now would have buried. The issues that they are bringing up, they are not making sense. And from my point of view, that's why I'm thinking that the cases which are in court could be playing a big role why these people are holding on to these issues. That is my response, my brother. Hello? And by the way, this is the judgment. Somebody was asking about the judgment. No, there is no judgment. There is no judgment. Here is a judgment. You know, somebody sent me the judgment in that case. Anyway, hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, President, okay. President, I think abantu bali mkonga shughuli wena kwela mwa. If you mulanda, no pumwambira kulanda fenza filo mfika wono. So nangu nashimala ba comment hapa Gov't. Is it in order umuntu as a Christian nation ukufwana ufubira abanove ati kuya muntu kuchirota keseko panto ali ndufyanya panto lede turabona kona wala kati zai na mkufa aitira abantu pachiri pa bedside ndefwa munda njeko lwa pastor besa mpepereko besa mpepereko abantu una lufyanya bonse banjirere ko ruse na ine food na ina bidera ko ruse food na lero rupana lero nfulwa isho no help ati umuntu ngwari wa kalipa sana ekere ntu muno mbekole bashima pepo ba pastor bali bonse awese omuna njeko na bena pano na tawo kono umuntu ufide ali patile bachite bati lekeni mubere ko le police onso fya bwa lucheno bakwata muna ngongole musimka we tukaisa mpera mbefitike kuli abana stop chifika kwati umuntu alanda ati umuntu shake speech kwa keseko bana bena bakonkeresha so inchore faka ine chikonko kumfuana na muchishani Eko shene kana chikwata kubantu na ine windi
yo na totera sana mkwa yeah, anyway, at the end of the day, I think we have had a good time. Let me end here. I know phone calls are still coming, but okay, I'll take one. Last one. This is the last one. I'll take this one. Hello?
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 Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm from Lusaka.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you see this issue, the way it is being politicized, you do know for sure that these people, they want to see if there can be elections next year. You take what Mr. Winda was saying. He called for people to put on something that reminds them of Lungu. So what is that?
Regalia.
Regalia. So they wanted to measure the impact to see how many people would turn.
Yes.
And that will give them an indication to see if you are winning or not. So the real of the matter is that politics is involved.
Yeah.
So what we know traditionally, even if you are not in good terms, if someone has died, you all come together and eat and cry. Because no one knows death. We don't know what happens when somebody has died. And the person who is dead, we don't know what happens when they are dead. Wherever they go, we don't know. So what Madam Lungu, Mr. Lungu is doing is not fair even to the Zambian people. Because they are ordinary Zambian people who don't know what is going on. They are being tormented, they are being tortured, they are being stressed because of what is happening. People cried when Lungu died. But now what is happening is like people are pressed, like they are tortured because of those decisions which are made there. So we can't finger point who is doing what and who is doing what. We know what Lungu did to HH. We also know what how HH worked with Lungu. We understand both of them.
But all those differences should be put aside. And let us just focus on the funeral. Let us bury and move ahead. So the issue of politicizing this funeral is not going to take us anywhere. So, and someone is going to be exposed at the end. We are going to know who was making things difficult after the burial. Because whether we like it or not, Lungu is going to be buried. And we will know who was causing the problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello?
Mr. Taylor, how are you?
Fine, fine, thank you.
I'm fine. I'm calling you from South Africa.
You okay?
Yes, I just want to ask you, Mr. Tayali, when Mrs. Lungu comes from, she don't have parents or relatives or uncles.
Sorry, you mean where Mr. Lungu comes from or where Mrs. Lungu?
When Mrs. Lungu comes from.
I'm sure she has. I'm sure they are there.
Have relatives.
I'm sure they are there.
This is my. Let me say to give you my advice, Mr. Tayali.
Yes.
Why is the president right now, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, why can't he call the chief Bezeni, he called Chief Chitukulu, he called the other chief from Southern Province, he called some church leaders, 1 or 2. He sent them to South Africa to say, go and talk to Mrs. Lungu. Do you think Mrs. Lungu can refuse to pray in front of these 3 chiefs sitting in front of her talking? Do you think she will say no?
Yeah.
That's what I think can be the best solution, to say Mr. President should call those people. Here is a plane, go inside the plane, go and bring that boat. I can assure you, Mr. Tayali, by Friday that boat will be in Zambia.
No, I am very sure, my brother, what your submission is being heard. I'm sure government is listening to your submissions.
Yes.
And I hope even somebody else also brought out this, that let the chiefs, the traditional leaders come in. So I'm sure the government will act on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tayali.
Thank you. It's good to hear that you are following our issues, and thank you for hosting us. You have been very good to us, you people in South Africa. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Chirifate.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. One thing that I wanted to talk about is that talking about what is going on, we really don't.
Sorry. I lost that one. Hello? 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 It's cutting. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Batari.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's about the lady who called earlier. The one who talked about
the precedents.
Counter's son. Yes, no, the Counter's son
not suing.
Yeah. Yes. I'm happy you got the court
ruling.
But again, remember, when there was a press conference, the first press conference in South Africa, the Secretary of the Cabinet made it clear that a doctor approached the government, and the government asked if they could do something about it. And the doctor said, no, we are just informing you that this man is going to South Africa.
No, sorry, I'm not cutting you, my brother. Basically, she was talking about earlier requests. She was talking about earlier requests, not the last request, but earlier requests. There were other requests before. There were other requests before. And that's what she was talking about.
Okay, then that's understood. But again, you got the court ruling.
Yeah.
So I thought there you were stuck. You couldn't respond when she brought up this issue.
No, I did respond. I did respond because I knew that the ruling was there. So I said it. Of course, she was adamant to say no, there was no ruling, but I knew that the ruling was there. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, my brother.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, sure, thanks. Okay, I end here for now. Thank you very much for the interaction. I think there have been something that has come out of this program from you callers. I think one of the things that has come out from the callers is that can the traditional leaders be involved in these negotiations? Can the traditional leaders and the church leaders be involved in these negotiations? I hope those of you in government will consider these submissions that have come from people. There is also another point that has come in, which relates to my Archbishop. It's very difficult for me to talk about my Archbishop because I'm a Catholic. But I think that point was also needs to be taken note of. To say, as a Archbishop who is close to the family, he could help. Because surely, if the Archbishop is a friend to the family, and yet the family is insisting on bitterness, I think it becomes a little bit difficult for the public to say, how is it, that, this family is a friend to the Archbishop, and yet they are being adamant on issues that should be resolved, where people should be able to reconcile. Another issue that has come out in this program is that much as Makebi Zulu is saying, no, the court cases are not an issue, I think those court cases can be brought in. Maybe family should consider a proposal to the family, and especially that this situation is more of it does not relate to government. It's about, there is a complainant there who is somehow a distant relations and so on and so forth. So maybe the family can engage this complainant and see what they can come up, so that this case can be resolved together with other cases, because the issue of cases, I think, is playing a role. Then there is also the issue of politics. This issue is political. Please, let us avoid